The old man was sitting on the porch, scratching his beard, when I walked up to him and asked him for directions. He slowly raised an eyebrow and a wry grin appeared, and he seemed to be studying me with affection. He said, "Well, sir, that's a poser if I ever heard one. And while I really would like to steer you right, I'm afraid you're barking up the wrong tree here, son. But you're welcome here. Why don't you just spend the night?" It was getting late and I had no idea where else to go, so I thanked him for his kindness and accepted his grace. I felt like he was about to teach me something I needed to know. I could just kind of tell it from the look on his face. As we sat on the porch there, he sort of looked me up and down. I could tell he had something important he wanted to say. When he looked in my eyes, his face kind of drew into a frown. I had the strangest feeling, like I was being x-rayed. I started to sweat and sort of squirmed in my chair. I was just nervously waiting for the old man's voice. I cleared my throat and ran my hand through my hair, and I was just beginning to reconsider my choice. The silence finally stopped as the old man spoke. Said, "Look here, son, that house you're trying to find, it sure ain't no place a kid like you ought to be going. So why don't you just try and put it right out of your mind? You see, I used to go there myself and I know what's there. And you sure don't want that awful shit they're trying to sell. You need to heed this old man's word when I say beware. 'Cause man, I still bear the scars from that living hell. You see all these lines etched across my face? Well, that's a map of all the wrong turns I took. And some of them led me right to that damned old place. That very same house for which you came here to look. I know good and well you think you can handle this stuff. And believe me, I used to think the same way too. Now you're your own man and you can call my bluff. But I promise you here and now that won't end well for you." I clearly saw in his eyes the old man meant what he said. And the way he said it just chilled me to the bone. He looked like a man who'd come back from the dead. And now he's living out his last days all alone. I let the old man know I didn't need told twice, and said, "Thank you, sir, for the wisdom of your years. Oh, and you rest assured I'm going to take your advice. So let's just say that I can't get there from here,